we will see what are the limitations of Fourier transform. First limitation is that signal should be absolutely integrable. If signal is not absolutely integrable, we cannot find out the Fourier transform of that signal. Like x of t is a time domain signal. To find out Fourier transform of this x of t, it should be absolutely integrable. Second limitation is that the system response for a convolution of x of t and h of t, it is difficult to find out with the Fourier transform. Now, for example, x of t is convolved with the h of t. We will not get the x of t is convolved with h of t. The system response, which is difficult to find out with the help of Fourier transform. Now, these are the limitations, and this limitation we can overcome by the Laplace transform. In Laplace transform, system analysis becomes easier. We can get the solution of differential equation. To get the solution of differential equation, it is also easy with the Laplace transform. Stability and pole zero behavior cannot be studied using the Fourier transform, and it can be studied with the help of Laplace transform. Differential equation with the initial conditions cannot be solved with the help of Fourier transform, but it can be evaluated with the help of Laplace transform. So these are some limitations of Fourier transform. Now we will see what is the need of Laplace transform. Laplace transform represent a continuous time signal in terms of complex exponential. Okay, so x of t is multiplied with the e to the power minus st. What is this s? S is a complex frequency. So s is given by sigma plus j omega. So this is a complex frequency, and here real part is also present. So this signal is absolutely, the signals which are not absolutely integrable. For that signal also we can get the Laplace transform. Laplace transform can be applied for the analysis of unstable system also. It can be used for the signals which are not absolutely integrable. It can be used for the signals or system for the unstable system. Many properties of the system such as causality, stability, invertibility, frequency response can be studied with the help of Laplace transform. Laplace transform also reduces the problem of solving the differential equation to the algebraic problem. So the solution of differential equation becomes simple. Differential equation is get converted into the algebraic problem, algebraic sum, and it can be simple to get the solution of differential equation. Laplace transform convert the mechanical and electrical forces into sine and cosine function, and solution of such function becomes easy. Now see, this mechanical and electrical forces are very short duration pulses, and it cannot be converted into the, these are the discontinuous forces. So it can be converted into the sine and cos function, and the solution of this function is become easier with the help of Laplace transform. We can get the complementary and the particular solution with the help of Laplace transform for the differential equation. We can get the knowledge of magnitude and frequency by using the Laplace transform. So this is why we need to study Laplace transform. Now we are going to learn Laplace transform definition, formula of Laplace transform. Laplace transform is used to convert the time domain signal to the S domain. What is this S domain? It is a complex frequency domain. Laplace transform first adopted by the Laplace in 1780, and then it is adopted for the various engineering application for solving the differential equation. We can solve the differential equation, we can get the solution of differential equation with the help of the Laplace transform. Laplace transform for the continuous time signal x of t is given by x of s is equal to integration of x of t to the power minus st dt from minus infinity to infinity. Here s is an independent variable and it is a complex in nature. Now it is given by sigma plus j omega. What is this sigma? It is the attenuation factor. What is this omega? It is a radian frequency. Now this S is made up of both the real part and imaginary part. So it is a complex in nature. Now x of t and x of s are the Laplace transform pair. What is unilateral Laplace transformation? If it is defined for the one side only, it is defined for the positive side only. The limits are 0 to infinity. So x of t to the power minus st into dt is defined only for the duration 0 to infinity. So this is a unilateral Laplace transformation. Now this is a formula to find out the inverse Laplace transform. And inverse Laplace transform can also be found out by using the partial fraction expansion. Now we will see what is complex frequency plane or S-plane. Complex frequency is defined as a complex frequency S equal to sigma plus j omega. Sigma and omega can take the value from minus infinity to infinity. Now this sigma is plotted on horizontal axis and values of omega are plotted on vertical axis. Now you can see this S-plane is varies from sigma to minus sigma and j omega to minus j omega. Now existence of Laplace transform. When the Laplace transform of the signal x of t can exist, can calculated. Say the computation of Laplace transform involves the integral of x of t from minus infinity to plus infinity. Hence, the Laplace transform exists if the signal is absolutely integrable. So, if the signal is absolutely integrable, we will definitely get the Laplace transform of that signal. So, the absolute of x of t to the power minus st into dt, integration from minus infinity to infinity, should be less than infinity. So, that time we will get the Laplace transform of this x of t. Signal x of t should be continuous. It should not be discontinuous. Okay, if the signal is like this, if the signal is discontinuous signal, so we cannot get a Laplace transform of this. If this is a discontinuous signal should be continuous. The signal x of t is a function of exponential order. The signal x of t approaches to the exponential signal if t approaches to the infinity. Okay, if the signal x of t is a function of exponential order. Now, for example, if t approaches x of t into x of t into e to the power minus st is there. If t is approaches to the infinity, so it will become exponential signal, and the that time also you will get the Laplace transform of this. It will get converted into the exponential signal and you will get the Laplace transform of the signal. But both the conditions are not necessary conditions. Means Laplace transform exists even if this condition are not satisfied. These are not the necessary conditions. Region of convergence. Next topic is region of convergence. We can define the region of convergence is like values of S for which this Laplace transform exists. Now, say integration of x of t into e to the power minus st dt from minus infinity to infinity. So we will get some Laplace transform of this signal. If you are getting Laplace transform of this signal 1 divided by s plus a. So values of s in that Laplace transform, if you are getting Laplace transform of this signal is equal to s plus a. So all the values of s for which this signal is exist, this Laplace transform have some finite value. So that value we can consider as a region of convergence. Values of s for which integral dt is dt converges, that will exist. This is called as region of convergence. All the values of h for which integral x of t to the power minus st converges is called as region of convergence. Now, there are some rules to decide the region of convergence. So what is this rule? If the signal is multiplied with u of t, if for example this e to the power at ut signal is there, so this signal is a causal signal as it exists for the positive values only. So this signal x of t is equal to, so this x of t is a causal signal. Now the region is a causal signal, then the signal is a causal signal. The ROC is a greater than the value of pole, and we are getting Laplace transform of this is equal to 1 divided by s plus a. So what are the poles? Poles are nothing but this a. A is pole, and we are the ROC of this signal will be the greater than the value of pole. Okay, greater than the value of pole. So we will get by all the coefficients in the numerator we can consider is as a zeros, and all the coefficients in the denominator we can consider it as a pole. Okay, so s, तो यहाँ पे -1 जो है वो -a जो है वो क्या है, पोल है. Here you will get a pole, that is a. So s plus a will be greater than 0. When this one is exists, when this is greater than 0. Okay, so s plus a greater than 0 and value of s is equal to, pole will be equal to -a. So we are getting the ROC over here. This is minus sigma and this is j omega and minus j omega. So here we are going to plot this -a, and as this is a causal signal greater than this pole. Okay, so ROC will be the greater than this pole. Now if the signal is multiplied with minus of u of t, so u of t agar minus hai, if it is a minus u of t, then you will get this S plus A, and it should be less than the ROC is a less than value of pole. So ROC is a less than value of pole. Then S should be less than minus A. So all this region so this region will be ROC of that anticausal signal. Next rule is that Laplace transform of any signal calculated, then to obtain ROC, it is required to find out the roots of denominator. Okay, Laplace transform is find out, and then we have to get the poles. Like say in this example, we have to get poles, then only we can get the ROC of that signal. If signal is a combination of many terms, then ROC is a greater than the largest pole. If the signal is a combination of many causal terms, okay, if it is multiplied with the U of t, that is nothing but the causal terms. And if there are poles having value 1, 2, and 3, so the ROC will be greater than this 3. If we are plotting over here, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So greater than this 3 will be the ROC. If the signal is a combination of anti-causal signal, if it is multiplied by U of minus t, then the ROC is a less than the smallest pole. If it is a minus 1, minus 2, and minus 3, then minus 1 minus 3, we are plotted this pole minus 3 here, and the region, this region is called as ROC of that signal. If the signal is a combination of causal and anti-causal terms, then ROC will be the region of 2 poles. If it is a causal and anti-causal signal, and we are getting the pole here like minus 2 and here 2, this poles we are getting. So region in between these 2 poles is considered as a region of convergence. Now pole zero concept. Laplace transform of any time domain signal can be expressed in terms of the ratio of numerator and denominator. When we are calculating Laplace transform, we will get the terms in terms of numerator and denominator. We will get the transfer function that is consist of numerator and denominator. And after factorization of that numerator and denominator, we will get the terms in like this: A0, S minus Z1, S minus Z2, S minus Zn, and B0, S minus P1, S minus P2, S minus Pm. So this Z1 up to Zn and P1 up to Pn. So these are considered as zeros, and P1 up to Pm are considered as a poles. And zeros are denoted by 0, and poles are denoted by X.